Hello everyone, welcome back, and if it is your first time here, welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to make a pair of spiderweb earrings. I'm going to use a 26 gauge wire, a chain nose pliers. I'm going to use a 16 gauge wire, and these are 3 inches in length, and you will need 6 pieces. You are going to need 2 jump rings and a pair of ear wires. I've linked a tutorial for this in the description box. I'm also going to use a flush cutter and a round nose pliers. To begin, we're going to take 2 pieces of wire, and we're going to use the 26 gauge wire to wrap in the middle 4 times. Then you can go ahead and use your chain nose pliers to secure the wires. So basically squeeze it down to the base wire. At this point we're going to separate the wires, and they're going to look like the letter X. Then we're going to take that 3rd wire and we're going to add it to the other wires. And at this point you will need to use your thumb and your index finger to keep the wires in place. Next, we're going to wrap the weaving wire over the top wire, take it to the back and then to the front. Then we're going to take it under the wire next to it, then bring it over and under that wire. Then take the wire over and under the wire next to it. So this is the weaving technique that we're going to use, which is over the 1st wire, then under the 2nd wire. So while you're working, you will notice that the base wires will tend to move out of place. You can use your fingers to easily put them back into place. And as you work on your piece, you use your thumb to push the coils close to each other, and you can also use your chain nose pliers to push them close to each other. At this point, I'm going to use the flush cutter to trim this small piece of wire. Then I'm going to use the chain nose pliers to squeeze it down. And at this point you can see where the web is taking shape. We're going to wrap until we've got about 0.5 inch of the base wires left. Now that we've got 0.5 inch left on the base wires, we're going to wrap twice, then use our flush cutter to cut the wire, and then use the chain nose pliers to squeeze that end of the wire down. Next, we're going to use our row nose pliers to make a loop, and you can choose any of the base wires to make the loop with. Then we're going to use our chain nose pliers to slightly bend the wire out like so. At this point, I'm going to use the first earring as a guide to trim the excess wire from this one. So if you would like to finish off your earrings at this point, what you can do is use your jeweler's file to smooth the ends of the base wires, then add your jump rings and your air wires. But I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to use a chasing hammer and a metal block to flatten the end of the wires because I like that look. I'm going to hammer each individual base wire, and you want to be careful not to strike the weaving wire because that will just break them. Also, be careful not to strike the loop that you made earlier on. So once you've hammered the pieces, you'll notice that the base wires are no longer than before. So I'm just going to go back in and I'm going to trim the excess wire. Then I'm going to use the jeweler's file to smooth the end. At this point, we're going to go in and we're going to add our jump rings and our air wire. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, leave me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.